Okay, so I had this debate pretty recently with one of my family members, and it's basically just a debate about money and happiness. And he believes that if you have as much money to do whatever you want, to buy whatever you want, you'll automatically be happy. And I don't believe that's the case. You see, you could look at rich people, and most rich people, they could be a lot more stressed than homeless people even. And I don't know about you, but when you're stressed, you don't seem that happy, and you don't even feel happy. If anything, you don't like it at all. And some rich people end up even getting depressed. Look at the lead singer of Linkin Park, rest in peace, but he was pretty famous. He was very successful. Chester was his name, and he took his own life. It's very sad, and that's just the truth. You could have as much money in the world, but it could still not mean your happiness. And the truth is, money is just paper. Money is artificial. Money is an object. It's just something that exists, and it shouldn't dictate your life. It doesn't really benefit you specifically as a human. Just go back in time and think about when money wasn't even a thing. Humans were still happy. Humans still knew how to go about their days and enjoy life for what life is. The philosophy Stoicism really talks about how eventually all is forgotten. No matter what you do, no matter what history you accomplish or anything, everything will be gone. So if you have money, it's gonna be gone. It's gonna go away. Your life is gonna go away eventually. And you will also be forgotten eventually. That's just how it works. Stop trying to get people's approvals on everything. If you're living your life just for the satisfaction of being popular with the people around you, or just to make the people around you happy of your presence, that is a stupid way of living. Because not only are you not being authentic to yourself and to those people, but you're not gonna be happy in the end. Because you could do the stuff you don't want to do. You could not do what you do want to do. I know it's kind of confusing, but basically, you gotta live your life exactly how you want to, not how anyone else around you wants to, but how you want to. So if you want to move to another country, do that. If you need a different job and your coworkers like you staying there, but you don't like the job, go and get a different job. If you don't enjoy doing a sport, hobby, or anything, don't do it. Do what you enjoy. Do what benefits you. If it helps you grow, that's how you should base your friendships around. I'm not saying friends are unnecessary and bad, but you gotta be very specific on friends that help you instead of harm you. A lot of people with high egos believe that if you have money, like, oh, I can never be depressed in a Lamborghini, or if I cry, I'm gonna cry in a Lamborghini. You've heard that saying so many times, but that's not true. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help your happiness whatsoever. In the short term, benefit you. But even if you have the money to afford a Lambo and you drive that Lambo every single day, you will eventually get bored of it. And then guess what? All your old problems are going to be coming right back, and you're going to be depressed. Once again, you're not going to be happy. You can't use money to change your happiness, because you will always still have the same problems that didn't let you be happy. It's okay to have some money, because it is pretty necessary in this day and age. You got to keep your family safe, protected. You got to raise a family in the house, still have a car to get to work. Some money is okay. I'm talking about excessive money that you don't need to spend. And even if you're able to afford something right here, right now, it doesn't mean your happiness. So you could use money to create safety. And yeah, like if you could take your family on a vacation trip, that's going to make you happier. But it's just cherishing the time with your family is what making you happy, not you affording to go on the trip. You could still live the same happy, normal life without the trip as you do with going on the trip. And honestly, if you just look at the people who live the simplest life possible, I'm talking about like farmers even, or people who just live in nature all day and don't do anything but just live like that, they're usually more happy than like city dwellers, people who like to party every single night. buy drinks, club, stuff like that. In the end, the people who's appreciating nature and doing the simple parts of life end up being happier. And if you don't believe that's the case, you definitely could do your own research on which countries even are happier than other countries. And Finland was this year's world's happiest country. It's very important to appreciate and take care of those around you versus taking care and appreciating money. Yes, you could use money to do that, but you don't need money to do that. It's a little step forward to what you want to accomplish, but in the end, if you just have as much money as humanly possible, or not even humanly possible, if you just have infinite money to buy whatever you want, you're gonna get bored. Eventually, you could have everything in the world, and you will get bored of everything in the world. But if you don't know how to appreciate each individual things you have, you're not going to be happy and grateful of those things. You're just going to want the newer thing. It could be with your car, it could be with your house, it could be even with shoes. If you're not appreciative of what you already have, if you're not happy of what you already have, you're not going to be happy with a newer thing, because guess what? You're going to get that newer thing and you're going to want to keep upgrading it over and over and over. It's an endless cycle. And that's not going to help to your happiness at all. Just think on your deathbed, right? If you're about to die, you could be in the hospital, it doesn't matter. It's a bad thing to think about, but just imagine yourself right now, close your eyes, think about it. You're on your deathbed. You're thinking your last thoughts. Are you happy with how you live your life? Are you happy with where you're at? Did you think that money would change all that? Or did you think certain principles or certain lessons and mistakes that you could have learned would have changed? So that's what you got to think about. It's not all about money sometimes. Yeah, it's nice to dedicate certain time periods here and there to obviously try to become a good businessman or just to make a lot of money. Everyone, it's nice to be a millionaire. Yes, trust me. But if you're doing it with the wrong mindset of money is the only thing that's important, and not your purpose, you're not going to be happy once you have that money. Just look at Andrew Tate. He has all the money in the world, right? And the reason why he's still continuing on thriving in life right now is because his purpose is not about just making the money. His purpose is to guide and influence as many people as possible. And yes, it's a lot easier to do that with the money, but that's not what's making him happy. When he gets the messages and when he gets the people that hey, you changed my life, even in his whatever his marketing school is, people make money from there. That's what will make him happy. It's not him getting their money from them, it's him seeing their growth and him seeing them, hey, I did it, I really appreciate you for helping me. And that will generally make him more happier than any sort of money can. I cover this a lot, especially with discipline and delayed gratification. But don't go for the simple, easy pleasures and go for the long-term happiness. Play the long game. You could have, like I said, everything you want. You will get bored and you won't be happy anymore. Or you could have pretty much nothing. Learn to appreciate everything. Learn to appreciate what you already got and appreciate life for what life is. And long down the road, you will be happy with whatever you get. So what is true happiness? That's a good question. And it's really a question you got to ask yourself. I cannot sit here and tell you what will make you happy, but that's something you could ask yourself. What will truly make you happy? If you think money itself makes me happy to see, or if you think your life is just based around money, paper, and objects, shiny objects, I think you're wrong personally. That's why I'm making this video. But hey, you do you. I'm not living your life. You're living your own life. So if you think that is how you want to live, then by all means live like that. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own meaning and purpose in life. But you got to ask yourself the question on what makes you happy. If you think it's just going to be that money and not following your passion, whatever you want to be in life, whatever you want to do that makes you happy, maybe raising a family even is what's more important than money, then follow that instead of the money. Don't let money distract you. If you think you're the happiest person once you're a dad, then make yourself how you want to be when you're a dad. Are you right now mentally in the right spot to be a father figure? Do you have the lessons you want to teach your kid? Do you have that presence that'll make you feel like you're a father? If not, that's something you can work on right now. No amount of money will do that for you. It's just your own practice and skill and living life that'll do that. It's hard sometimes for some people who are very depressed to understand and get happiness. So here are just some simple steps, basically, what I believe will help you gain some sort of happiness. And the most important one is just to be involved with nature. Fall in love with nature. That teaches you the basic principle of how to live a simple life and how to appreciate what's already on this planet for you. That's been here well before even humans were here. Just the earth and the earth itself. You could do this by enjoying animals. You could do this by loving going on walks, getting sunlight. You could do the information yourself, but getting direct sunlight, exposure to your eyes and your skin, will not only make you happier, but also will make you healthier in the process. You get serotonin, you get so many different vitamins, everything you get from the sun. The sun is light. And if you don't believe that if you're in the best view spot, you could be in like some mountains, it could be a bunch of trees, like nature gifts, and you won't be happy there, you're wrong. Just go and find out for yourself. Go on a nature walk right now and see how you feel. You're gonna feel happier than before you did it. That's 100%. Another way you could practice getting happiness is by just practicing gratitude for what you already have. If you have a loving family, that's all the reason to have happiness. If you have a hobby you really enjoy, there's another good reason to have some happiness from that. But basically just be grateful and cherish what you already have and stop always thinking you need something else. Because you might not always get that other thing you want. Or you might always not be satisfied with the new thing you got. You got to learn to be satisfied with what you already have and not think so much about what you want to have. The best way possible also to get happiness is creating good memories. If you think back in your life at the good memories, you are going to believe that that's the happiest you've ever been. Just think about a time where like you're just grinding even for just money. Is that a good memory? Were you truly happy then? No, you're probably miserable trying to chase that money. Yeah, you're going to have that small, simple pleasure of, hey, I have the money now, but what are you going to do with that money? You don't always have to think, I need to go to an amusement park, or I need to go drive this car, I need to buy this house, I need to travel to another country. You don't always need to think that way. You could always be, hey, I'm alive right now. I'm going to go outside and see the sun. I got to walk on the grass, because guess what? Some people can't even do that. Be grateful and be happy with what you've got, and stop always thinking about what you don't have and what you could have better, because you're not going to have all that. Sorry to break it to you, but 99% of the people will not get that dream car that they want, because that's all they're going to think about and that's all they're going to try to do. But the 1% of people that do, they work on themselves first, and through building themselves, that's how they get that dream car, because money will just come naturally to the people who deserve it. There's also a really good study, and Bruce Lee talked about this a lot, but your thoughts also have a very, very powerful image on yourself. If you're always having these negative thoughts or even negative like self images of yourself, if you're going to put yourself down all the time, it's going to show. And what I mean by saying this is, if you're going to think bad about yourself, then your actions are going to lead to that. But if you flip that around and start thinking only positive of yourself, I am strong, I am smart, I am skillful, I can do whatever I want, you're slowly going to be gravitating towards those actions that help those to do whatever you want. It's all about changing your mindset about it. I'm not saying money itself is bad. I'm saying your mindset about it is bad, and that you could make it a good mindset. So yeah, what I'm basically getting to with this video is just stop always chasing money thinking it'll make you happy, but instead just start enjoying the present moment right now that you're breathing and that God has given you to keep living to this day. Stop always thinking about the future. Instead, think about the present. Enjoy the present while building your future. Everything happens in the present. Nothing happens by thinking about the future. It's about the actions you're doing right now that's gonna help your future. Don't think about the body you could have in 5 to 10 years. Think about what you can do right now that'll get you there. Don't think about having that six pack. Think about doing the crunches right here, right now. They'll get you there. Or dieting right here, right now. Eat something good right here, right now. Because always thinking about the future, you're not going to get there. You could procrastinate. You could not know what to do even. And that will not make you happy. It's happy doing the actions that will get you there. And no amount of money will help you with that. You could think about, okay, I'll be happy if I'm able to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. So you're only thinking about making the money to do that, and then you're miserable about it. But if you're just doing what you enjoy doing, what you love doing, maybe your job is something you truly are passionate about and you love, and you get money out of that, and then you go to the Paris trip, you're going to be 10 times happier when you're there than slaving away, trying to make as much money as possible to get there. You understand what I'm trying to say a little bit? It's basically, don't make your life miserable for you just for money. Instead, make your life as enjoyable as possible. Live life for what life is. And then use money from what you get from that